Hello and welcome to Wide Family Farm, and welcome to almost our end of the summer garden tour. Come on and let's take a closer look at everything grown up, and make sure to like and subscribe. Okay, so we have a lot of things going on right now. Everything has grown up. A lot of things are dying off, or it's getting too hot for them. Even though you water and you water and you water, it's still like they're still like not doing so hot. But that's the way it is. It's getting towards the end of this summer and things are just dying off, and it's okay. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at some of the newer developments that are going on in this garden. Okay, so over here I finally have my marigolds popping up. I planted these in the spring and they still seemed like they weren't mature enough, so I still got some marigolds popping up in here just in time for fall. My sunflowers are still doing great. Some of them are going over, but they're still doing great. I have a ton of dragon tongue bush beans still that I need to get in here and pick. Right here, we left some of our celery in the ground and it bounced back and is growing back, which is pretty cool. And then over here, these tall marigolds, they still didn't bloom. I got some nasturtium down in here still, and they still didn't bloom, but they got a ton of buds on them. And it looks like we even have some Japanese beetles up in here, so that doesn't look too great. Over here, I still got some pumpkins that I need to harvest. Oh God, it's starting to rain. This right here is a really, really good sign, guys. You see that bug right there? Right there? That is a ladybug larvae. Isn't that exciting? And that's a really good sign for your garden. And yeah, our zucchini is dying out and everything else, but we still have zucchini growing. And I'm gonna pick some of that. This garden has it's a wreck. I'm not gonna lie, but it's a good kind of wreck because we got a lot of vegetables this year. We weren't messing around. We planted a lot. This isn't the end of garden tours because I still have a lot of garden stuff to plant yet, including tons of cabbage that I haven't shown you yet. Ooh, say hello, Bumbles. Yeah, and this is the reason why you plant flowers in your garden, people, right here. Pollinators are number one. And moving on over here, let's take a look. I still have strawberries coming on. They don't look so hot, but I still have tons of strawberries coming on, and they're real small. And then over here, I planted a grocery store pepper in this goldfish carton, and I have tons of peppers on it. My Stevia. This is a paprika pepper that we tried saving. We had an issue with these grow bags this year. So we still tried to save it. And I actually have blooms on it, so that's exciting. More Stevia. My herb garden over here, I think, is pretty much done for as far as basil and stuff is concerned. But if you come through here, I have tons of calendula yet. I have tons of chamomile yet. I have more thyme, and I was going to plant some more thyme through here. This all here is lovage, and I need to harvest that yet. And then, of course, my parsley just blew up, and I was not expecting that. But yeah, see, even my zinnias and stuff, they're starting to die off. This is an Isis candy, cherry tomatoes, and we have tons of them. My zinnias have overflowed. Let's go down here. I'll show you some of the surprising new developments as far as our peppers are concerned. I was really shocked. We have peppers. This is called King of the North. Look at that. Get some peppers in there. These are Spanish peppers. They haven't developed anything as of yet. I have tons of bells, and they aren't mature yet, but I got a ton of them on here. As you can see. That's pretty cool. They're mini bells. And still, I have more mini bells here and there, and I was super excited to take a look over here because I actually have cayenne peppers that are coming on. They're nice and red. I actually have some Liza peppers. Sorry, there's bees everywhere as well, but you can kind of see them in there. Some Liza peppers. We got in here the other day and we started pulling nasturtium because it was everywhere in through here. And if you haven't noticed, my squash has taken over this garden as well. We made the decision to pull out the ground cherries here because what they were doing is choking out my peppers, and I didn't want that to happen. Especially with these beautiful ones right here. These are the d'Espionage peppers, the Spanish peppers, and once they turn red, they are absolutely delicious. And so I cannot wait to have a couple of those, and I got 3 of them started. I also have natapinos. They're not hot. More zucchini. I got butternut squash everywhere. And I'm 99% sure that that pumpkin is ripe. So I think I need to pull it. But for the most part, we couldn't get back in here. We wanted to avoid stepping on the butternut squash. So we just have a mess everywhere. And that is something we will definitely think about next year. We probably won't be planting it where we planted it. And we have ground cherries all over the ground over here. But yeah, I think this pumpkin is ready. I'm not sure. They said when this twirly thing, I was talking to Hedgehog. She said when this twirly thing dries up, you can pick it. So I think I am going to pick it today. And she said also, Hedgehog Homestead also said to leave the stem on as long as possible as well. So that's what I'm going to do. It's starting to rain and drizzle here a little bit. I wasn't expecting it to rain. The garden needs it. Even though we've been watering every day, it's still lacking that rain that you need. So this is my flower beds, and in between here I have beautiful coxcomb, mini coxcomb, and somewhere in there I have a little fairy garden. But the marigolds have completely blocked it out, and my rose bush here is completely climbed up, which is exactly what I wanted it to do, and I was super excited to see that. And here's some more gorgeous coxcomb over here. Beautiful. Potatoes. We did a potato video. We planted these. These will be our Christmas potatoes. And these have grown up already. It's our second time around here. I have a lot of things that are just overgrown and absolutely ridiculous, like this orange mint. It has completely taken over its spot, even though I planted it in a pot. It is absolutely crazy. For those of you that don't know, this is called a Mexican sunflower, and I highly, highly recommend planting these in your garden. The bees, the butterflies, everything loved these this year. You couldn't even stand here without butterflies like last week. You couldn't even stand here without butterflies like coming at you. So they absolutely love this. And bees are all over it. This is really, really heavy with pollinators. I think next year I will plant these on the outer skirts of my garden. They just absolutely loved this. And it was just right for this for this bumblebee here. And over here, this is the chocolate mint that I got from the Big Blue House Homestead. It is doing wonderful. I've already harvested some of it already, and I'm going to make another harvest. This is horehound here. We made the big decision to take out some of our ground cherries. So we took out rows of them, and then we just left in 2. We picked about 5 pounds. These are my beans on this end, and they're doing great. And here is the flower of those beans. And I should have beans here in the next week or so, and I'll have another round. Everything is doing really great. This is a volunteer Cherokee purple that popped up, and we just kind of left it. I got beans all down through here, and they're just going wild, and I'm happy about that. Even though we had a blight on our tomatoes this year, we still got tons of tomatoes, and we processed. I just walked through a spider web. We got tons of tomatoes this year, and we processed a ton. I think we are going to start looking at some chow chow recipes or something, so we can save some of the ones that don't go right. But this is our garden this year, and we've gotten some massive tomatoes. There was something I wanted to show you real quick. The weather has been extremely weird. We're not gonna lie. And we had fall gold. We had fall gold raspberries when we shouldn't have. They were basically supposed to be in the fall. However, we got another round, and they are just loaded. So I'm really excited about that, because the fall gold raspberry is very, very tasty, very good. And we have just bushes loaded with them. So I'm excited to see that, and maybe I'll make some jams and stuff later on in the fall. Oh, we have some tomatoes that we definitely need to pick today. We'll be making some salsa, fresh salsa. I think we're done with the juice and the sauces for right now, and we're just gonna do salsas from here on out. We picked 5 pounds of these Chinese noodle beans here yesterday, and I made some dilly beans. However, we still have tons of Chinese noodle beans. This plant is really prolific, so if you like beans and you want something extra in your canning cupboard, I highly suggest planting some Chinese noodle beans, and they're beautiful as well. I'm gonna go through here. I got a lot of things going on, and my cucumbers, I think, over here are on their way out. And then over here, I have some straight 8s, but I don't think they're gonna do anything. We're gonna see. I think it's just too hot for them. But I need some cucumbers I need to pick here. So we're still getting them. I got a ton of nasturtium still going on. And look at these yellow pear tomatoes. Those are volunteers. Just everything is so grown up in here. Not that we've neglected it, but some of it we just decided to just sleep up. This is still the Zucca gourd here. And then if you walk over here, we just have squash, butternut squash everywhere. And I'm going to try and walk through here without stepping on anything. Here is another cucumber. Hopefully we get something on it by the end of the fall. You can hear the wind and stuff roaring. It's going to rain here soon. Here's some more butternut squash. And it's, like I said, it's just taken over the garden. It's all over the place. It's looking beautiful. But next year we'll definitely reconsider where we planted it. Do we have regrets this year? Yeah, we have some regrets. I would say this butternut squash is my deepest regret. I hope I like it because I've never had it before. And it's just kind of taken over the garden. And towards this end of the summer here, it's just like I'm getting nonstop butternut squash. It's just insane. This is insane. And we're going to think about this next year for sure. More Zucca gourd and nasturtium. This is insane, guys. Brussels sprouts that I need to clip up. Over here I have some carrots that are popping up, and hopefully they get big enough, and I'm going to keep them throughout the winter. That's still Swiss chard right there. The wind feels great. The garden is really doing wonderful this year, and we couldn't have asked for anything better. There were some regrets, but for the most part, it was wonderful. This is lemon balm that I need to harvest, and it just, oh, it smells so good. It smells like lemon head candy. Okay, so I would like to thank you all for taking the time to watch this garden tour. Make sure to like and subscribe to our channel, and we will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.